effectively what was a Muslim ban. At least that's what he talked about during the campaign. And then, of course, it took 3 times through the rinse cycle before the Supreme Court wrongly upheld it on a 5-4 vote. But think about that. I mean, when you've got a president of the United States doing that here at home, it undermines our ability to carry those important messages abroad. And we recently saw, of course, President Trump in New Delhi. And having spent many of my years in high school in India, I believe in the world's largest democracy under the Gandhian vision of a secular India. A secular India, a multi, a country with people of different religions and backgrounds. And what you've seen under Modi is a real departure from that Gandhian vision. And so we had President Trump in New Delhi embracing, Prime Minister Modi in one part of the city, while you saw attacks on Muslims in another part of the city. And of course that follows after the citizenship proposal, the citizenship amendment, which essentially offers citizenship to people of every religion except for Muslims. So this is a direct attack on the Gandhian vision of India. And that's why before President Trump went, a bipartisan group of us, senators, sent a letter to Pompeo doing 2 things. One, expressing concern with the citizenship law and asking them for a report on what's happening now under that law. And second, following up on earlier language that we put in legislation with respect to the situation in Kashmir. So back last August, after the actions that were taken with respect to Kashmir, Senator Lindsey Graham and I and others included language in the appropriations bill, the money to fund the government, expressing our concerns about the situation in Kashmir from a human rights perspective, talking about the detention, taking political prisoners, the end of the cutoff in communications, and by the way, internet communications remain down, and the essentially declaration of martial law. And as part of the letter that we sent recently, we not only asked for a report on the consequences of the Citizenship Act, but also a report on the current situation in Kashmir. We're still waiting for a response from Secretary Pompeo to that, but we will keep pushing on that human rights issue as well. Now,
equal opportunities. When it comes to the real face of America, we always have seen our dear friend Senator Van Hollen speaking loud enough to make the point across. He started his politics from Maryland as a state delegate, legislator, whatever they call there, and then came into the 2002 into the Congress and served as a BCCC chair. He also has served as a DSCC chair. Speaker Pelosi had a lot of confidence in our dear friend Senator then Congressman Van Hollen, and she created a special place for you. I believe was some sort of a deputy speaker type.
Yes,
I don't know what was that called, but I don't think anybody had it before or after. So and I feel a lot of pride in you when I see that leadership has confidence in you. Same thing with Senator Schumer. He immediately appointed as the DSC's chair, and this is how we started working together. And Senator Van Hollen was born in Karachi, Pakistan. We all know that, and his eyes on South Asia it has some background. He went to school in India or in Pakistan, and basically I believe in Sri Lanka too. Yeah. And so when it comes to South Asia, we always see that Senator Van Hollen took a personal interest, made the trips, especially in last November. I had the opportunity to join him in one of the trip to Pakistan, which he made right after he came from India, and he made sure that he spoke in India what our President Donald Trump could not speak a few days ago, and asked for Kashmir, and asked for the people of Kashmir, and asked for all this seas and the internet and human rights are being violated. Then my experience working with Senator Van Hollen in Pakistan, where I don't think in 2.5 days he had to combine maybe 5 hours sleep, if that. And if I tell you that in 2.5 hours we landed in Islamabad, and maybe hour after landed there, took a helicopter and went to Miran Shah, because Senator wants to see the realities on the ground right after war on terror, because Miran Shah and North Waziristan, they were very much in the limelight during the war on terror, and we did go there. As a matter of fact, in the helicopter, he was showing me his phone. He was saying, "Welcome to Afghanistan."
Build our society and take that stigma of terrorism and all that. We're trying our best. We have the best government this time, and we need your help to try to lift Pakistan from where it is. So we're very thankful that you visited Pakistan and your continuous effort to bring the change that the picture Pakistan has on the international arena. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Conservative and fiscally responsible. I also sometimes listens to Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and those guys. So I am one of your low informed voters, low information voters. I have been voting in the Republican primaries for a long time. My hero in the Republican Party was Senator John McCain. If you guys don't remember, he ran against President Obama first time. And twice his constituent asked him to give derogatory remarks about Senator Obama at that time, candidate Obama. But he refused to do that. So that's the kind of people we need in leadership role. We don't need, the politicians have a bad name because how some of people work in politics. But politics can be a very noble profession if you do the right thing for the right people. There is no better way to help really the society and the world all around than being in the politics. What I see now, Senator, especially in our Republican Party, is that people are putting politics and party above the country. I always believed when I came to this country, and many of my friends will vouch for that, we came to America because we believe that America is really the greatest country ever created by man, and based on the Constitution and the values of America is what attracted to us. And we always believe that politicians in America are different than the rest of the world, and they will always put the country and the people over politics. But this is not what we see today. What we see today is people, it's amazing. I'm a conservative, but since when it is conservative to deny science? Since when it is conservative to take children from their mothers and put them in cages? So all these things we see there, it is time for us as Americans to save the future of America. And the only way we can save the future of America, to make sure we put people in offices who put country above politics.
So with that,
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have a little time, and I really want Senator to hear from some of us briefly.
Sure.
Before we do. MJ Khan Sahab has a history of Pakistani American community, represented us in so many various organizations and in the city. Khan Sahab, please.
There's a lot of people that we support in fundraising. We write checks for people all the time. We get asked and we do it, right? Sometimes we do it just because he said, just go do it, and we just do it. We don't even ask why. But there's very few people in DC that have the both social capital the relationships and the know-how and the commitment to work to move things over time. There's a lot of people that are in public office. They're in public office because, you know, they want to be important. There's some people that are important with or without the public office. And I think that Senator Van Hollen, over his lifetime, not just in his service in Congress and the Senate, has demonstrated his ability to get involved in an issue and work towards it. So when Conrad says that Speaker Pelosi had him in a leadership role, and it wasn't because he raises the most money. It wasn't because he does. He raises money. It wasn't because that we needed to create an ethnic bloc of some type, so we needed to have something there. It was really because she needed his advice and his counsel and his ability to work with people to move legislation. Very few people, and it's not a statement in pride. Very few people are able to do that. And so the government of the United States, the United States Senate, the United States House only works when you have people like Chris van Hollen.
वीडियो बनाइए 1 मिनट साइड पे उधर चले जाना वीडियो बन रही प्लीज आगे चले जाएं यानी वो बनाना पड़ जरूरी है ना क्लिप नहीं होगी मेरे पास पे
महमूद साहब की पिक्चर ले
महमूद
महमूद साहब
कोई कुछ कर रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है। नहीं उसको अटेंशन करने के लिए ना, ऐसे नहीं। और मस्जिद में सुना कहता साहब ब्रदर्स आ गया क्या?
ठीक है इधर ही आ जाओ सीट्स फिल हो जाए
I hope we're not doing keto, because that's like